Okay, so this is probably going to be the last video that I make like right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and send out the email so you guys can at least have the information for tomorrow. And then I'll make the opening and closing videos of this, like the little tutorial videos tonight, and then I'll send them out tomorrow morning, just so you don't get inundated with too much information at once. So this one is going to be kind of this last little change of style on page 7. If you look at page 7 here, we're kind of going into this syncopation in the accompaniment. It sounds like this. So we're just going to see if we can get vocally this section here. So if you look, there's a couple things here to pay attention to rhythmically. Always look at the rhythms and speak the rhythms first, then work on the notes individually, and then try to hear the harmonies within all the 8 parts or 6 parts, depending on which section we're in. So we have these triplets here that lead in here. Come, see God's mistakes. Make sure see God's mistakes. Those are even quarter note triplets, which means it's 3 equal sounds across those 2 beats. So we just sang, what is God? Come see God's mistakes. The freaks so this says the freaks God forsakes. It's like they're very cool lyrics, the way that they kind of work here with the inflection of the words and the rhyme scheme. But it's like, come see God's mistakes. The freaks God forsakes. It's really clever the way the lyrics are written there, but it's a little bit of a tongue twister. So I would just say that like about a bazillion times. Come see God's mistakes. 3, 4, 1. The freaks God forsakes. And like just get it before you even add the notes. Just really focus on those rhythms being clear. So for ladies. And it's kind of a big jump there on the freaks God forsakes. So you're kind of doing a little upper harmony there with the guys. You start together, but then you go up. Because the guys have the melody. The freaks God forsakes. And then you go up against there. And then you go together again on sakes. So just be careful with that there. And then the next section again is syncopated here. Take a look at exotic creatures, their mangled features, the mess God makes. And again, there's that 2/4 bar that kind of disrupts the rhythmic scheme there. So speak that a couple of times. Take a look at exotic creatures, their mangled features, the mess God makes. And again, lean always into the syncopated rhythms there. So ladies have the melody. Take a look at exotic creatures, their mangled features, the mess God makes. Make sure that and the K and the S sound really clear on beat 2. Guys, you have a little harmony below it, but you're all in unison, all the guys. Take a look at exotic creatures, their mangled features, the mess God makes. Together it sounds like this. And then the guys start and ladies echo here. Okay, so we should get that harmony there for ladies, 3 parts. Don't harbor fakes, come see God's mistakes. And we are going to do altos split at 113. Those of you who are second altos at 113, just stay there on that G and you don't change notes at measure 114. Alto ones, you're going to go with seconds on stakes and then just stay on the C. Second soprano, so that would be come see God's mistakes. So all of the altos at 112. And then you just stay there. You don't move. Second sopranos, you're going to sing, come see God's mistakes. So you're going to go up to the E flat there on beat 3 of measure 13. And then you just stay. First sopranos, you're going to pop up to add the 4 parts on the top there. And again, this is going to be one of those moments where we kind of hold the tone straight at measure 113, drive it, and then add the vibrato. So we get that real meaty, rich tone quality there at measure 114. Drive it all the way to the downbeat and the dance break. Okay, so for guys, as you're coming into that, you have that, and we don't harbor fakes, and we don't harbor fakes, and we don't harbor fakes. The bass is, and we don't harbor fakes. Half step up for burr fakes, and we don't harbor fakes. Then you rest there, and then come see us fakes, and drive the fakes at that dotted half note. Basses, stakes, you stay on the C. Baritones, stakes. Get 2 parts there. And then on the last one, the tenors are going the C up to the E flat and the F. You create the dissonance tenors. And once again, it's like we had before, the F and the tenors at measure 114 goes against the E flat and the G of the second sopranos and first sopranos. So we get... and it's on the word mistakes. So it's not a mistake because JB meant for it to be dissonant, but it's going to sound, you know, a little like that chord doesn't really work, and it's supposed to be symbolic, obviously, of the mistakes that God makes, which end up in the end of our show not being mistakes, but perfectly the way you're supposed to be. All right, so here we go. This whole section starting at letter I. Follow along in your music again. I'll play the accompaniment, and I'm going to start probably at measure 98, just so we can get those couple measures leading into it. Here's measure 98. Come see God's mistakes. Freaks for mistakes. And exotic. Choose the man. Choose the best God. We don't have a face. All right, hopefully that's enough for you to work on for now, and then I'll have the beginning of this, the video for the beginning and end of this number to you tomorrow morning. Thanks.